Hello there, my friends. What's going on? Tim Lee Legacy Gaming Studio. Hope you're having a good day so far. We're doing all right. Time to have a little bit of fun here on Flight Simulator. Before we kick things off, a big thank you to everyone who makes this possible. Presticle 1137, Sean Hammond, Tony Allen, my legacy historians, my Vanguard historian, Charles Sutherland, and my early access historians, drawing illustrations, and art, and John Evans. These guys are all incredible. Deeply appreciate them. If I haven't gotten your name in here yet and you've become a channel member, I deeply apologize. We've been busy. I'm very busy, and I just hop on here and I play games. And so, yes, if I've missed your name on here, it's been about 2 weeks since I've checked. So I'll check one of these days again, and we'll get it updated. But thank you so much. All right, 8 different YouTube channels. I do a lot of different content, a lot of different channels, working on some music in the background here. That kind of stuff can be seen on Vanguard, my producer name, where I produce music. Interesting new piece right now. Not that I have for you yet, but I may. By the way, I'm your big brother here on YouTube, and I give a lot of unsolicited advice that you never asked for. If you are interested in that kind of thing, feel free to hop on here. Real Men Talk, how you doing? Tell me how you doing. Let me know. But tonight, we're here to have a little bit of fun, play a little bit of Flight Simulator. Now, I got some things set up here so that I can share with you what I'm doing. So if I turn off these buttons, nope, that's not it. This one. Oh, great. We're doing really good so far. Here we go. So we have my flight simulator here, but when I choose to show you guys our little nav map, which is going to be important, I can press a button here and I can pull up a little nav map and show that to you. And if I need to show you something else, I can do that, but we're going to try and do everything from the right screen. I'm going to try to do everything else on the bottom screen. We're going to find out how this goes. I'm going to find all the flaws to my plan here as we go along. Yes, should be interesting nonetheless. Okay, so today we're back in NeoFly, the system I use. So right screen right here, and you can see NeoFly pop up here. How do I turn off that live stream system? Let me see if I can figure out how to turn this off. I did program that here somewhere, so I can push a button and get rid of it, technically. But I don't know what button where. Or maybe that was the one thing I forgot to fix. How much you want to bet that's more the reality? Let's see, what was it? The subathon. Let's see, can I just do that and call it a day? Okay, I'm going to regret that later, but yeah, we're going to roll with that. And then we're going to go... This is going to be fun. All right, here we are. Okay. Free flight. And we're going to go back to our right screen here where we're going to figure out what jobs we are now. We are right now at 32S. Okay, you can see right here next to my pilot name, 32S. So we can actually take a flight to KMSO, but here's a cool thing. Here's all the basics, but we're second officer now, which means look at all the jobs we can get as a second officer and the money behind them. Right here is 3,891 with 25 experience points. So we can get more, so why take all these little cadet jobs when we can do something bigger and better and fancier? Now, there are some jobs here. Looks like KMSO for $6,000 and 60 experience points. What's this say? Bring 613 pounds of unstable gas to Missoula International KMSO. Land at 200 feet per minute, bank pitch plane 31 degrees or less versus rate 500 degrees. So we gotta baby this junk, but look at what we get if we do. I am regrettably going to try this. This job is only available to company mode. See store panel for more info. So is this where we gotta pay for the service? Frankly, I'm using it a lot. So let's see where our company info is. Let's see, qualifications, career. Nope, it's not that one. Is it this one? So, store and improve your experience with NeoFly add-ons. We can register. Pilots manage employees. Upgrade your pilot from career to company. One free plane, $100,000 to invest. Home base and dangerous jobs. So I don't know if there's a cost behind this. Let me go ahead and take this off screen and see if I can register for it real quick, because I would like to try that job. So let me see if I can find the button that we're looking for here. There we go. So bear with me a second, and I will set that up, and we'll see if anything happens. Because I think that would be interesting. Let's see. Oh, when you bought the bundle. So yes, there is a cost to this. I wonder how much it costs. Let's see what happens if we do get company. Bundle. Get all Neofly 4 add-ons, Pilot's Airline Cleopatra. Pilot's Airline add-on will upgrade your pilot from career to company profile. Here, I'll show this to you guys. Probably going to end up doing it anyway, but let's see. Here we go, and then we go game mode so you guys can see. So, Neofly 4 bundle. Pilot's and Airline add-on will upgrade your pilot from career to company profile, giving you 1 free plane, a Cessna 172. Oh, dude. We can give back our rental. Dude. $10,000 cash to invest. Free first manager. $5,000 to rent your first hub. Access to hazardous job. Access to 3D cargo. Failures and events. Home base. Hired pilots can take qualification tests, earn XP, and level up. New airline starter, liner plane, certification, and more cash. Home base allows you to install an airport anywhere you want in the world, and it will be used in Neofly like any other airport. Not only will it... okay, whatever. Neo 4 pilots manage employees by hiring pilots and flight attendants that could fly missions for you. Stack 1 or more jobs for the hired pilot. Transport market goods. New hired pilots can take qualification tests. This add-on will give you all the same stuff. So Neofly 4 pilots for 10, and this one for 20. So I'm going to try the bundle, and I'm going to try to buy it. So we'll see what happens here. Bear with me. So 20 euros turns into 25 bucks. 24.06. We're doing this. All right. Totally doing it. Totally worth it. So I'm assuming we'll get an email here in a minute with all the details. I just got a buzz on my phone. So, bundle purchase. Okay. NeoStep, thank you for your purchase. Your invoice is... You can view your order details here. All right, your order is confirmed. Thank you. Subscribe to the newsletter and updates. The payment processor has not yet informed us about your payment. Okay. Required any information related will be emailed to you. Okay. Nope, is this it? Here's your bundle serial keys. Nice. So let me go ahead and get us registered in here, I hope. Looks like this is it. So let me get into our system here. So we're looking at... All right. And... Oh, it looks like I have to set up the individual licenses. I'll just try this first key and see what happens. Right? Because there's a pilot's license, a Cleopatra license, and an airline license. I'm not sure which one. Enter the mail and the key you received. If you bought the bundle, you must validate successfully the 3 keys you received to activate pilots, airline, and Cleopatra. So I guess I just do them all. This is going to take a minute, so let me see if I can do a copy and paste, because this is going to take a minute. So let me go back to our hero mode here, that way. I know you're like, dude, you call this camera angle your hero mode? Yes, because that is the term that's used, the hero camera, the main camera, the front runner camera, and I am the hero. You know I am. And I am the coolest nerd in Flight Simulator, so of course. 100%. That's happening. Okay. so let me copy this one first. We're just going to do copy and paste because I don't want to spend all night doing this. They're long keys. All right, pilot is now activated. Let's grab this one. Okay, this is Cleopatra, which I'm not entirely sure what Cleopatra is. Paste. Cleopatra campaign is now activated. Go to campaign panel and select the Cleopatra tab. And the airline license. Trying to select it now. Copy. And paste. Boom. And survey says airline is now activated. Okay, we got all three. Pilot's now activated. So we are good to go. Let's go ahead and see what we get now. So hopefully now we can take this crazy job for $6,000 bucks. KMSO. Oh, interesting. Now it's not going to let me take it. Let me hide my windows here. Now that we've bought it. And then let me also hop over to... Oh, look, our new plane's here too. Hang on. So, let's go to game mode. And in game mode... Yeah, sorry, that's the wrong screen. We're going to then hop into our right screen. And you can see that we have a brand new aircraft. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh, Berlin. A cadet. Dexterity 45, efficiency 25, health 10. So we're going to go ahead and make my guy go away. And we're going to put me in the 172 SP. I was going to put Berlin here, but no pilot with a qualification A available. So for some reason, Berlin can't fly. So I'm not entirely sure what to do with him, except maybe make him a whatchamacallit. Let's also, unfortunately, return our rented aircraft, since now we own our new plane. Okay, look at that number, 81,615. Now we got a beautiful Cessna 172 SG-1000 passenger. Is this the passenger? It's not saying. Not sure which... Oh, yeah, passengers. Cool. We can hold 640. Now, here's my question. When I looked at our jobs, I wanted to take this one here. It says 613. Oh, there it is. It wouldn't let me select it before, but now we can. All right, so we really got to baby this as we fly to KMSO, but the good news is we can fly ILS. ILS? Yeah. Instrument flight rating. We can program everything in the plane, have it fly itself, and hopefully fly nice and smooth. And since this is my first time doing this to this extent, we're really going to baby this, and I'm going to set up our flight simulator so that there is no chance to fail. You're like, how's that work? I'm going to make our weather during the day, and I'm going to make sure it's pristine, so we just do not have any flaws, because I really just don't want to have any issues during this flight. So, thank you for your patience as we get wired up here. And let's go into our flight simulator so we can turn off the right screen so that you guys can see. And we are right now at 32S. So we're going to go departure 32S. And Stevensville. And our arrival is going to be KMSO, which thankfully is not far away. Missoula. And we're at runway 30, landing runway 12, which is fine with me. Right? Whoops. Not sure what's going on. I might know what's going on. My mouse is a bit stupid, which unfortunately it might mean it's time to send it out to pasture, which I really don't want to do because it's such a nice mouse.
Hello, Captain. Nice to see you again.
Not to mention, I've done a full disassembly of this mouse, cleaned it out, and done everything I can.
Hi, Captain. No shortcuts with this cargo, please. Procedures must be followed.
Okay. You got it. Procedures will be followed.
Loading dangerous materials. Kindly wait until all items are properly secured.
10-4, waiting till all items are
32 Sierra traffic.
properly secured. Interesting. There we go. This sounds so spooky. Okay, so as we're doing this, let's go ahead and get ready to fly. Oh no, I forgot to set it to day. Well, once again...
Hazardous cargo has been safely secured. You are clear to taxi, but exercise caution.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
We're going to make sure, as much as humanly possible, that nothing happens. And we're going to do that by making sure everything is as programmed as we can get. So we're not going anywhere for a few minutes while we do this programming, because I want to make sure that we got no reason to have a problem here. Let's do layout. No, back. Here we go. We're going to do CDI, localizer 1, localizer 2. So let's go ahead and minimize the... Oh, we gotta do two things here. First, let's go and check out our NeoFly. NeoFly says in our jobs that we need to put in 613 missing pounds. Okay, so 613 missing pounds. Let's bring up our EFB. All right, so I have no idea where my EFB is. There it is. We're going to go to aircraft, flight performance, center of gravity, go to our cargo bay, and right back here, we're going to put 613 pounds. We're going to do 300 in that seat, and then 300, 120. You can only do 120 back here. 120. Okay, we'll load this. We'll see the plane shift. We're still missing 193 pounds, so let's go here. We're going to go 193, and we'll put those on the front seat to try and... Okay, we're still within means, so we're okay. All right, so system says we're good. We can see that NeoFlight says we're level, so we're good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out of our EFB. We will not be needing that anymore. We also don't need our gates anymore because we're going to be doing that very carefully. Now, let's go ahead and minimize our NeoFly, and we're going to go here to our lovely mini system here. Okay, we're going to be landing at runway 12. Thankfully, we know this airport very, very well. So we're going to start and check all of our localizer settings. They are not set correctly. So our first one's going to be MSO, and this localizer at 112.8. So let's go ahead and do our first localizer. And let me think here. Where is it? Okay, nav. So we're going to go 112. All right, 0.8. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and set that, and it should say MSO as we get closer to it. I'm going to verify that as I look at my map here. 112.8 should be MSO. And then we're going to go to nav 2. So CDI for nav 2. And this one's 109.5, I believe. Survey says 109.3, excuse me. So let's go ahead and go to our navigation here, and we're going to program in 109. And we're going to set it to 109.3. All right, so let's also send that through. And there it is, IMSO is programmed in for our localizer there. Now, we're going to be doing everything in the GPS until we get within our localizer's means, and then we'll go from there. So, GPS. We're going to be doing our flight director. That's on. Our altimeter, we're going to go ahead and set. I'm going to start at like 6,000 feet as we get there. Let's go 6,500. Okay? Navigation is off right now, but it will be on as we do autopilot, and then we will be doing approach as we come in, and we will be doing VS to 200 feet per minute. Okay. We're going to go here to runway 12. Enter, enter. So GPS is fully programmed, but the autopilot is not on until we take off. Flaps all the way up. Mix and prop all the way in. We're going to go flaps 10 degrees. And we will also take off our parking brakes. Now, I would like to verify if this button that I programmed is working. So I'm going to start throttling up. We have no movement. Pressing the button. Brakes still are not coming free, so I got a problem with that button still. Releasing, and here we go. Really, really going to be babying this flight as much as possible. Go ahead and start checking my trims now. We will be taking off at 55. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. And now we can rotate. Rotate gentle. And we're up.
Have a good flight, Captain. Remember to watch your vertical speed, and your banking, and your landing. You know what? Just fly safe, okay?
Deal. Alright, autopilot is now on. And here we go. Flaps up.
The pressure change was too high. You now have a toxic leak in the cargo. You must land immediately at the nearest airport.
That went well. Okay, hang on. Can I restart? And I didn't even have the right map on. I took off.
Stay alert. Your altitude is changing too quickly.
Can we... I just dumped a whole bunch of stuff in my brand new airplane. Oh no.
Sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Oh man, my heart's breaking because this is my airplane. And... Oh gosh.
Sink. Don't sink.
Oh,
Don't
autopilot's
sink.
messing with me. Autopilot off. Okay. Alright, we're turning around. Drat. I could have done it too. I mean, like, I totally could have pulled this off. I feel like I did everything within...
Salt Lake Center. Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022 is type Cessna Skyhawk. 2 miles north of Tree 2 Sierra, 3900. Request flight following.
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022, Salt Lake Center, Squawk 7216.
Squawk 7216. Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
I really think I could have done that just fine.
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022. Radar contact 2 miles northwest of Tree 2 Sierra, 3800. Altimeter 2992.
I mean, I did
Roger.
a great job
Legacy Air
babying it
India
in,
Mike Sierra
babying it out.
8022.
Oh dear.
You did it! Congratulations! Maybe avoid people and small animals for the next 24 hours, just in case.
Let's just stop here and figure out what we're doing. I'm smiling, but I'm also heartbroken. All right.
Ready to unload the hazardous cargo. Please stay in your seat until it's off the plane.
United 560 contact Salt Lake Center.
But I didn't land where I wanted to land. So I don't know what's happening here. You landed before the leak destroyed your plane. That's good. Smooth landing 136. So I didn't get paid for it, did I? I'd love it if I did, but I'm sure I didn't. Bonus security reputation 0.1. Bonus.
Job well done. How do you keep so cool?
Just do what I'm told. So, did I keep my cool?
Ready for engine start.
Let's go and see how my plane is. Because that's where I won't keep my cool. Oh, well, we're almost out of fuel, but the plane's in perfect condition, so let me go ahead and fuel it up. Which I might not want to do that, because then that takes away some of my possibility of work. Let's see what other jobs we have here. We have another one for KMSO. 60 experience points.
Hey, Captain. Thanks for accepting such an important mission. Someone has to move these goods, and who better than you?
Okay, we'll turn off our warning.
Ground crew is carefully loading the dangerous cargo. Sit tight until they're done.
Alright, I do think my mouse is going bad, so I need to swap mice. But I don't know where I had... Oh, is this it? Yeah, here's my spare. Let's see if this will work. Might not work on this surface. Okay, maybe we can get away with it. Okay. What a shame.
Hazardous cargo secured. You can taxi, but be careful.
All right. You got it.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
I'm just taking off straight out, and, yeah, this is gonna suck. Because I want to do autopilot on everything, but I'm beginning to see the flaw of this. I can do this myself. I mean, I can fly this myself, but I'd like to get this right the first time. And so far, that's a failure. Okay. Thankfully, the weather condition looks promising that we can actually make this happen. We're going to see. Oh, I hope that's not the end of the runway. Or I hope I can make it before... it's the end of the runway. Drat, 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 drat. Here we go. Come on, baby. No.
Stall. 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 Stall.
This is bad. Get above the trees, please, 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 please. I gotta stop doing stupid stuff. Okay. Do I still have the job? Alright. I'm going to try to limp my way onto that runway. Actually, can I... Why isn't it doing... Oh. Restart? What's happening? Missing payload, no XP bonus. Oh, I never did... Oh, I never put in the... Okay, maybe this worked in my favor. That might have worked in my favor. I'm not sure. Oh, gosh. Oh, I
Tree
hope this
2
is...
Sierra traffic. Legacy Air
Okay.
India Mike Sierra 8022. Taking off runway tree 0. Departure to the west. Tree 2 Sierra.
Cargo. So we need to put in 200... let's do 300 pounds here. Oops. And then... That's 300, and I need 135 right behind it. So we'll go 135. 135. We're going to load the aircraft. We're going to turn this off. Load immediately. I would like to verify the condition of our airplane. Oh, thank heavens they didn't consider that wreck. Ah, stupid, but okay. I'm happy about it. So let's go back here. Get rid of that. I like to see a little bit of my area, so we're just going to turn on 15% of the floodlights. That way I can see. Okay. KMSO. I might just do this whole thing by hand. I want to use... Oh, gosh. I'm going to do this all by hand. Okay. Trims. Set. Wow. Now I'm scared. Now I'm very scared. Brakes free. Throttle up. Okay. Careful on the trims. Careful on the trims. Okay. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Okay, now you're clear. Nice and gentle. Thank you.
Have a safe flight. Keep an eye on your vertical speed.
Will do. Flaps up. Okay. Gentle bank. That's 10 degrees. We can't do more than 20. Okay, get over my nose a little bit. Okay. 23 knots. So it is actually a bit of a flight.
Salt Lake Center. Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
Warning, your FPM rate is too high. Lower it to an appropriate rate or you may suffer a toxic leak.
Okay, we're coming back down.
Legacy Air India, Mike Sierra 8022, Salt Lake Center, 12-tree-54.
Taking out every bit of trim that I got. I still would like the opportunity to...
Squawk 2 Tree 54. Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
We're going to do an altitude hold here.
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022. Radar contact 3 miles northwest of Tree 2 Sierra, 4200. Altimeter 2992.
Okay, I'm very
Roger.
carefully...
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
very carefully trying to get on my trajectory.
Sierra 8022, contact, smoke and approach on 124.9er. Good day.
Going to 124.9er. Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
Alright, truly babying this. Okay. So I'd like to line up for that ILS and do as little as possible on my end. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can set up that navigation for it now. 1093 on localizer 1. Yep, it's reading MSO. And it definitely is locked in, but not navigating there yet. Our heading bug is going to be the way that we pull this off. Let me see if I'm moving my bug. Okay, so right now I can move my bug. I'm going to go ahead and turn on heading mode and autopilot mode. And hope that we don't do anything stupid. No. No. Okay, are we staying level? Okay, no, we're coming down too fast. So we're going to go BS on. And it's just because 4,600. We'll do 4,700, that way we don't have to worry about it. And I don't mind doing 100 feet per second going down. We are very thankfully flying straight towards the airport now. Whew! Okay. So, let's minimize that and hop over to our right screen as we take a look at how we're doing. We're gonna come up to this runway real toot sweet here. Unfortunately, we have to come in on this angle. So, if I can help it, what I need to do, if I was to change my heading right now, this plane would yank, which I don't want to do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off my heading very gently. Whoa. Oh, it's fighting against me because of the autopilot. That's fine. So I'm releasing the autopilot. That way we can change our direction. While we're at it, I'm also going to change our heading bug so that we can... I'm just going to do 300 degrees. And once my plane lines up with this, then I will go ahead and lock back in the heading. That way it won't overroll. Alright, I'm actually kind of okay with where we are here. So let's go like this. And autopilot heading on. Hopefully that looks good. Now, I see lights right there, which makes me wonder if that's not a mountain. So, yes, there is a mountain in front of us. So, autopilot off. Don't go too crazy. Don't go too crazy. Just gentle. A little bit. Oh dear. I don't. Okay. All right. We're gonna be fine.
Salt Lake Center, Skywest 40, Tree 9er, flight level 350.
Okay.
Skywest 40,
Changing
Tree 9er,
my
Salt Lake Center, radar
heading
contact.
bug. All right. Autopilot back on. Heading's already on, so we should go straight and should clear that mountain. I may try some very, very small changes. Sorry, I button switched over, but yes, there was a great big mountain directly in front of me that I had to skip around.
500.
Yep, there you go, 500. That says it all right there. There are other mountains also as we come up to it. Drat. So, this whole area here is Mountain Ridge. So really what I need to do is overfly the runway, go out wide. Here's mountains over here. So we'll turn here and then circle back in. Wow. So we got our work cut out for us, and they know it. So that's okay. So for now, we're just going to focus on overflying the airport. Which makes me curious. If we do CDI, we go 112. 112.8. And swap it. Yep, also reading MSO. We are in direct alignment with it now. I'm just going to very barely change my heading bug a little bit at a time here. There we go. All right, we can make this work for us. I'm happy with that. All right, now we're going to be passing over our runway here in a little bit. I see a red light over here. I see another red light over here. I doubt that's them, though. We're not far, though. I mean, I think we should have a pretty clear picture of it by now. So that might be it right there, actually. Okay. Well, we'll see. Right now I'm lined up, according to my nav system, I'm lined up to hit my VOR for MSO perfectly. But that's a little bit off to the side of the runway. Yeah, it's pretty exact, so we're good. We're good. Okay. The landing is going to be the worst part. And frankly, I don't even know if I can tell this thing to do a vertical, what is this called? Vertical speed mode at 100 feet per second, if that's not going to be too much or not. All right, our runway should be right out here somewhere. There you are. All right, runway found. Those lights are very faint. Okay. We're going to make a very wide turn. So there are some mountains on this side, so we got to be a little careful. I'm going to make a very wide turn and try to really take my time coming back around. This is going to be a bit of a challenge, and my mouse isn't playing nice with me either. Okay. So this is the Earth. Let me go ahead and turn off our right screen. Come into my heading bug so I can just hit that here. And we're going to go ahead and start. Why isn't my heading bug moving? Oh dear. I just completely zoomed out of my map on mini nav because... Oh dear. I kind of need my mini nav at this point. Mini nav map. All right. Click into Flight Simulator so we can control everything. There we go. Now our heading bug should play nice. There we go. Really going to baby these turns as much as humanly possible. Really going to be watching my bank angle as we do this. I'm also going to very gently begin coming back on my throttle. Alright, swapping my CDI back to the localizer for localizer 1. Make sure my heading is still turned on and we're heading towards it. Autopilot is still engaged. We are. 4,700 feet. And altitude mode is still on. So we are as good as we're going to get at this moment. So right now we just need to keep really cautiously doing our turn. Okay, good. All right. Almost parallel with the runway. I do not want to be parallel with our runway. I actually do want to go over towards these lights over here. I'll follow this ridge because I'm pretty sure that's a mountain ridge right there. I need a mouse pad. This is bad. You know what? I hate to say it. I'm going to use my Bible. Bible is a mouse pad. Not the most sacrilegious thing I've ever done. All right. Hey, it works. Okay. Very gingerly. We're barely even passing the runway if you look out the side here. We're doing just fine. I actually am concerned that I do not actually see any runway lights. I hope that changes once we get around, because that will stink. All right, we're still holding steady at 4,700 feet. So right now we're doing good. I would like to check really quickly on our pressure here. So, MSO. What's it say? Missoula. Let's keep going. Not too gluttonous now. Be gentle. Alright, trying to see if I can find any information in my little nav map. There we go. Okay, I need to keep turning here because I'm seeing what looks like a mountain range that I don't want to hit. Doing good. We're well past the airport, and we're doing really well. We could be doing much worse. Nav aids. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Airspaces. Airport. All right, CAMSO. I am not seeing. Let's program the ATIS in. So we're going to go here. Let's go here. MSO. We don't need Spokane approach. Because we're not in Spokane. I don't need to contact Spokane. Our radio for MSO. The ATIS is 12665. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to our comms. 12. I think it was 12665. Okay. So 12665. Okay. 12665. Swap it out. Hopefully we can hear it. 12665, comm 1 is on.
Missoula Airport information, Kilo 0400 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 1 trees. Altimeter 2 ILS Yankee runway 12 in use. Landing and departing runway 30. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Kilo.
Alright. Beautiful 29902, so we are definitely in the marker there. Let's also go ahead and look up the control tower 118.4. So we're going to go ahead and go 118.4.
Condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 1 trees. Altimeter 2 ILS Yankee runway 12 in use. Landing and
Okay, 118.4, swap out. Now, hopefully, if I open up my nav. Oh. So, even though I'm at 118.4, it still is saying Spokane approach. So, this is why the nav system stinks. Whoa. Because even if I have set this properly, it's not doing what I needed to do. Great, now it just swapped over my comms entirely. So, don't know, don't care. This is one of the reasons why I get frustrated with Flight Simulator. Because when I do everything right and it mistreats me, it's just disrespectful. Alright, let's go ahead and keep doing this thing. We are getting very close to our next turn here. This will be a very challenging turn as we look at our screen. So we're following right along this mountain ridge. Looks like Alaska here is going to... Well, they're at 33,000 feet, so we don't have to worry about them. It would behoove us possibly to go as far as here before we begin our approach. Because we really, I mean, we're at a good height right now. Our glide slope is still well above us. And then once we hit this ILS, we should lock into it. And so then we'll do the approach, which hopefully will very gently and gingerly bring us in. I only hope it's gentle and gingerly enough. I'm not sure if it is. I also don't like that we have no visual around us. I see one dot of light over there. Nothing over here. So my concern is that there's mountains here that I'm not aware of. And of course I don't have anything pulled up to verify that.
500.
Alright, that tells me everything I need to know. So let's go ahead and, shucks. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Alright. Okay, no, 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 no. Get your nose down. Get your nose down. Get your nose down. Okay? Alright. Let's get our heading bug over here. Gentle. As soon as I do this, it's going to throw it around. Autopilot on. Gently letting go.
500.
I'm still okay with this. I'm alright with this. Okay. Spookiness. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn again. We are well past the... Alright, at least we're good through here for the moment, but we will need to start our approach soon. Nastiness. So nasty. I'm just really hoping that this works. And I'm scared to turn on my navigation, because once it equalizes to it, then I'm stuck. I really kind of need to make it lock in on perfection without even trying, unfortunately. So that's why I'm trying to give myself as much grace as I can here without taking out a mountain in the process. I mean, right now we are 2.5 lengths away, and our glide slope is still well above us. I'm scared to do... I'm scared to go any higher, but... Alright, there's 49. BS is on. We're going to go up 100 feet a minute. So we're barely going to be budging. That glide slope is well above us. Localizer's about to lock in. So we're going to be hitting our vector here right about now. Drat. I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing. So, technically, I really need to try to start turning. This stinks. Alright, let's go ahead and try. If it doesn't work, we just change our game plan and try again. So I'm just going to tap the heading bug a little bit at a time and really just try to baby this plane from going beyond 10 degrees in its turn. Okay. Can I get away with a bit more? A bit more. There are mountains in front of me according to this GPS, so I am very, very aware and concerned. Okay. I am very, very aware and concerned. Oh dear. Nope, that might be too much. Oh dear. Okay, I think we're gonna do okay. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing good. My goal has to be to get into that localizer by myself before I let it take over with the approach. Once I do that, then we can let it do the gentle but hard work. There's the airport. Way out there, which hopefully that's enough time to do that. We are definitely out of the woods when it comes to the mountains. We're nowhere near the glide slope height, so technically that's a good thing. Okay. Alright, so now I need to begin trying to lock into this localizer. And like I said, I know we can do it automatically, but the concern is the plane's going to bank too hard without me controlling it, and we're going to have a firestorm. And I don't want that. So that's why I gave myself so much room to hopefully lock in on this localizer. And then once we're locked in, then hopefully it's not going to take long for this thing to do its thing. I don't want to turn too fast once it starts to come towards me, because it's going to be any second now. I'm already trying to... I'm just expecting that to move this way. Yep, there it is. There it is. It's moving. Okay. Really babying it in. All right. Yep. Okay. Approach mode on. Oh no. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Spooky. Very spooky. I did not like that. But approach is good. Altimeter off. PIT, so pitch is in for approach. So once we hit this glide slope, then we'll begin. I would love to begin gently slowing down because we need to get down to around 60-ish before we can drop our flaps. Looking at our... I won't look at the map at the moment because we are totally directly on course, perfectly fine at the moment. I am concerned, though, that the glide slope is not going to be good for the stuff. Why did our altitude mode come back on? Did our approach is still on. There we go. Just gonna watch this very gingerly. I hope this does not try to turn back on us again. Okay. Doing pretty good. I'm a little anxious to drop my flaps. Flaps 10 degrees. Okay, we're all right. We're actually really good. Glide slope isn't with us yet. Right now, the airport says we're too low, which, frankly, I'm okay with, because then that means that there's less to do to get down to it. I'm okay with staying around 70 at the moment. Plane is definitely bobbing and weaving just a tiny bit to hold that VOR. Or I guess ILS in this case. I'm waiting to see our glide slope diamond come into view, which I have a feeling we're about to see that here momentarily. That's this guy right here. That little green arrow is going to come down and turn into a diamond as we get closer to the airport. This is the second time that I've utilized ILS correctly. I learned it officially last night, and you can see our video on that, where I was elated. I was so excited to be able to figure it out. It was super fun. .8 nautical miles out. 69 is our speed. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's on the opposite side of the microphone, but it's time for some lube. Time for some more plastic lube or silicone lube in this lovely headset that I've had for 5 years. Maybe a bit longer. It's treated me incredibly well. And it was really squeaky for a while there, and I fixed it by putting some silicone lube in it. Made a whole YouTube video on it at one time. Actually got me a bunch of views. And unfortunately, it's time to re-silicone. But 5 years of no squeak, very reasonable. All right, diamond is coming down. Yep, you can look right here. We can see the diamond is moving down, so we are in our trajectory just fine at the moment. Okay, while we're doing this, because this is going to come squeaming up to us very quickly, I'm going to go ahead and double check here really quick. You need to touch the ground with a vertical speed under 200 feet per minute. do not exceed 31 degrees on pitch and bank. Your feet per minute must be below 500. So hopefully this approach isn't going to kill us. Our biggest one is landing smoothness. You need to touch the ground with a vertical speed under 200 feet per minute. All right, ground slope is in. We're reading 300, 350. Slowing down. 20 degrees of flaps. We really need to get that speed down. $700. 600, 550, 450.
Please be advised, our systems are showing your FPM has increased beyond the allowed rate.
Okay. Doing the best I can. There's nothing I can do. It's ILS. Feet. Now, I've programmed a button to remove the autopilot. I'm going to get my mouse on the autopilot button just in case. I'm going to try and release it off my yoke with this button here that I've programmed for autopilot. We are just going to stay at about 60 knots. 55 is when we're able to rotate, so I am concerned about going too slow. Okay, 57. Okay. Here we go.
Stall. Stall.
Here we go. Here we go.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
We have touchdown.
Okay, autopilot disengaged. Good, the button works.
Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
And I'm a cheater. We're just going to park right here on the runway, because that's how... Well, wait a minute. Here's a nice little exit point if I can get to it. All right, very successful. The autopilot disengage absolutely worked, which is wonderful. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, where's the... Well, that sign lied to me. I'm stopping right here. Watch me.
Ready to unload the hazardous cargo.
Yes, please.
Please stay in your seat until it's off the plane.
Yep. You got it. Okay, well, this is doing it. Looking at our right screen again. We're going to see this go up by $6,000. It's going to be lovely. Plane, a little lower on fuel, but we're doing just fine. Let's see if there's any other jobs worth taking at the moment. Alright, we got some chemical
Good
stuff.
one, Captain. I don't know about you, but we were stressed out here in the office for the whole flight.
KBTM. 636, a little too heavy.
Ready for engine start.
KDLN. Where's KDLN? Vegetables. Dylan. Okay, Dylan. I would love to try and just work my way further away from my home base as much as possible. That's kind of the game plan, is work my way down south a little bit at a time just because I can. All right, $89,000 in the bank account, $759 at the moment. That's wonderful. A successful flight with our little plane. So here's my question. KBTM is too heavy for us. KDLN looks like it would get us a good distance. And the goal is just to get further. The only thing is it's only 187 pounds. So it's a little sad to do that and not be able to get further down. So the question I have is, looking at where we are, we're at Missoula. Here's Great Falls. So this is our home airport up here. Oh, you can't see that. Hang on. Home airport's up here. We flew to KMSO, and you can see the furthest we've gone is 32S. Any runways, any jobs that I want to take at this point, I want to do with ILS. So let's go ahead and go back to NeoFly, and I'm going to go ahead and only select jobs with ILS approach. Okay, good. There's a couple here. Looks like we got 122 to KCOE. Too bad we couldn't take both of these jobs. And only those. Now, KGPI, 731, way too big. KBTM, like I said, I'm trying to go down further. So KBTM, where's KBTM? Right here. So actually, that would be a perfect top for us. KBTM sounds like a great idea. So that's the job we're going to take next, KBTM. So let me go ahead and pull up Neo. Sorry for the beeps. So we're going to go KBTM. We have 636. We can't do that one. KBTM. 10,000 bucks. Yeah. It's only 88 nautical miles. That's not bad.
Hi, Captain. No shortcuts with this cargo, please.
Uh-oh.
Procedures must be followed.
Did I take another dangerous one?
Loading hazardous cargo.
No!
Please stand by until everything is secured.
Unstable gas to Bert Moody. KBTM. Same dang thing. Oh no. Alright. Drat. Okay. When you think you're good, but you're definitely not. Alright, let's go ahead and get the stuff pulled up here. We're gonna go ahead and add behind me. Oh, actually, we can reduce our weight. That's lovely.
Hazardous cargo secured. You can taxi, but be careful.
All right, you got it. So we're going to go ahead and load the aircraft and see that we're missing 114 pounds. So I'll just go ahead and do 114. And, whoa. Let's do 114. Enter. And load aircraft. And let's hope our wind plays nice with us during this flight, because this could stink. And it's a long flight, so we're also going to check our our fuel quality. It's a little lower, but what I'm gonna do, if I check here, we're only maybe 10% under, so I'm gonna put just a little bit more in with the EFB. Unfortunately, what you have in your stuff doesn't match out, so we're just going to go ahead and fill the tanks up to about 20. Load aircraft. Boom. So now we should be good on fuel. Yeah, much better on fuel. I don't want too much weight, but just enough to get by. Okay, so before we take off here, let's go ahead and start our engine up here. We already have stuff. I just want to make sure the engine starts, because sometimes the way I do things, it
Everything looks
causes
good
trouble.
from where I'm sitting.
All right.
Taxi to the runway and take off.
Prop and mix are both in. Now we're going to go ahead and go to our system here. We're going to KBTM. So let's go ahead and look at KBTM. And let's start working on our ILS. So we're going to do KBTM. And our ILS in nav 1 is going to be 110 9er. 110 9er. Okay, we're going to go ahead and send that through. 110 9er. Oh, no, 1093. 1093, excuse me. 1093. Oh, no, it reset. It reset. Never mind. I'm not an idiot. All right. 110 9er, and then our... Oh, we don't have a... Okay, well, we do have that if we want it. We have a VOR at 116-05. Do we want to do a different one? A radial anywhere? No. HIA, that would work. 113.7. So we'll do that as our secondary. So let's go ahead and... so localizer 2... I think that was 113.7. Unfortunately, I don't like how our map resets itself on where we are when we're trying to do stuff. So this one is HIA, 113.7 HIA. 113.7, so let me come back here to 113.7 HIA. Neither of those received, which is fine. We're also going to do a direct to, which I usually just pop over to this screen and do it, but let's try this one. All right, HIA, we're going to be going to KBTM Bert Mooney. This one is runway 15, so this is not the correct system, and I wish there was an easier way to do this. I wish I could type it in, but it doesn't let you type. I just did something stupid. I'm not sure what I just did, but we'll check on that in a second. So we're just going to go ahead and tell this that we want to go to... I have to keep scrolling back to check. KBTM. So let's go K. I haven't learned how to build... Hang on, let me do this. This is obviously going to take a moment. K T. Look. K T B M. So I haven't learned to build. KTBM does not exist? KTBM does exist. Is there another name for KTBM? Let's see. Nav 8. That's a waypoint. This one. KB. Oh. See, I apparently don't have dyslexia. In my opinion, I absolutely do. But apparently the way that I have it is different than what other normal people do. So K. Come on. B. TM? Is it KTBM or KBTM? KBTM. I swear that's what I did. I kind of wish I could go and get that test. KBT. I don't need that proof. I know I got it. KBT. There it is. Alright, enter. Activate. So now we'll have that in our direct to. 88 nautical miles. I don't know which way is the best way out of here. If I want to go down to the end of the runway and then turn around, I got to be real careful though. Flaps all the way up. Brakes disengaged. Okay, we have set up everything that we can set. The only thing we haven't set is a heading bug, which we will need to do. VOR2 is going to be what we're going to start with to get to, I mean, I guess, could you do the same thing on... I think VOR2 is going to be our main focus to get us where we need to go. I don't know how true that is. I think you have to use the OBS to make that work, and I have not learned how to use an OBS yet. I'm glad I did this. We're almost at the end of the runway, and I need as much runway as I can get for as smooth a takeoff as possible. At least we're doing some of these jobs so we can learn how to do this nice and smooth. Okay. There's a delta over there on my map. Okay, let's go ahead and swap over here. Sorry, I guess I didn't swap screens for you guys to see that with all the programmings. I apologize. Not that anyone's watching anyway. Okay. Alright, brakes, 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 brakes. Very gentle, very gentle. Nice quick turn here. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and do some final calculations here. Autopilot is disengaged. Flight director's on, headings off. Altimeter is off. We're going to turn altimeter on, and we're going to set ourselves up for a success. I don't see any kind of mountains in our way, so I'm going to assume that we can probably get away with 5,500. So we're going to go 5,500. Okay. I will handle all of that, or at least we're going to do a VS of 100 once we get going. Can't trigger that until we're in the air anyway, so I'm fine with that at the moment. So I think we're ready for takeoff. Flaps all the way up. Flaps at 10%. Okay. Releasing the parking brake, which, there we go. Trims wiggled, and here we go. So we start by fighting the plane down. We don't let it take off. Don't let it take off. Not letting it take off. Now we can let it take off. Gentle. Gentle. Trim up, trim up, trim up. Okay, we got more than enough now. Now we're just going overkill. Nice. Alright, flaps are up.
Fly safe, breathe deep, and try not to think about what will happen if you fail this mission.
That's so sweet of you. Okay, so vertical on to 100 feet per minute. Heading on. Autopilot on. Not too much now. Be good. Alright. Now, we're in VOR2. We're going to go ahead and go to our bug, and we're just going to control this plane with our bug, because that's just going to be the smoothest way to do this. Climbing at 200 feet per second, that's perfectly fine. And we're already in trajectory. Now, there may be... I'm looking straight ahead, and I feel like I'm seeing mountains. I'm definitely seeing mountains. We're going to push it a little bit more. We're going 200 feet per minute. Oh boy, this could be a problem. We do 300 and not get in trouble. Alright, and then I'm I'm a little scared, so we're going to push this to 7,500 feet. And hope that our climb lets us do it. Our flaps are definitely up. I don't like this. I'm going to play...
Approach. Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022 is type Cessna Skyhawk. 2 miles northwest of Kilo Uniform Charlie Quebec 6, 3700. Request flight following.
Because of the lights that I'm seeing...
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022. Spokane approach. Squawk 6227.
Because of the lights that I'm seeing over here, it looks like there's mountains
Squawk
there. We're looking here, we're
6227.
seeing mountains here.
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
I'm enjoying flying at night. This is a great learning experience.
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022. Radar contact 1 mile north of Kilo Uniform Charlie Quebec 6, 3900. Altimeter 2992.
So I'm
Roger.
just gonna...
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
I'm just gonna work on keeping the plane turning as we keep climbing. I do not recall. I think we can't do more than 200 feet per minute, and we're already at 300, 350. So we're already pushing our luck. But we are climbing. We're at 4,100 feet. We're going to be doing this a lot as we come around here and make this work. I would love to get somewhere where I can fly straight for a half a second. Enough to get over to NeoFly and double check my math. As soon as I click away from Flight Simulator, then I can't control my heading bug. Okay, we're gonna go with this here. So NeoFly. So what is this? It says, oh hey, cool. Thank you for the subscription. Let's see. Your feet per minute rate must be 500, below 500. Your pitch and bank limitation must not exceed 31. You need to touch the ground with a vertical speed under 200. So it looks like we can do 500, which would be very helpful. So we're going to go ahead and push this just a touch more. There's 400. I don't want to touch 500 because I really don't want to see... If I could do 450, I would, but no, we're maxing out. Thank you for the subscription. Okay. Very spooky flight. Very, very spooky flight. I'm a little concerned. I kind of want to continue my climb this direction over where these lights are. Minimize my nav system here. Because I can follow the lights, and then I know that while I'm climbing, I am still at least over road. We're full throttle. We are a little high on our RPM, but I need every bit of RPM we can get right now. And we can see that road goes way over there, so if I could use that enough just to gain my altitude, then I think that would be the best. If there's anyone in our chat room, feel free to hop into our chat. I do have it pulled up on my streaming software here, so I should technically be able to see your messages coming in. I'm doing things a lot differently than I usually do right now in this live stream so that you guys can see our secondary screen with our nav system. I can even show you my broadcast system here in the comments and things like that. So I've got a lot of stuff programmed in here so that I can see what you're saying and have you part of the conversation. So don't be afraid to join us. make sure that we are kosher here. Looks like it. We've had a few views. People have clicked away. This one can be closed out. Let's close this guy. So yes, looks like we are as up to date as we can be. Back into Flight Simulator. And also back into our Flight Simulator controls with the heading bug, which is incredibly useful. So at this moment, yeah, I'm definitely getting close to this mountain in front of me, but at the same time, I can see the lights and know that we're okay. And looking over that way, there should be plenty of room flying over Stevensville to hang a Louie and continue our climb. So I'm feeling pretty good about this at the moment. Unfortunately, we are going... Well, we're not going away from... actually, we're not going away from our airport. We're actually doing pretty good. But I guess we're certainly definitely taking a different trajectory than I would prefer. Trying to see if there's a way to tell my system not to reset my map on little nav map. Attach compass rose to aircraft. Show compass rose. Show aircraft endurance. Show user. Show flight plan. Huh. Alright, well, we're definitely overflying our mountains here just a little bit, but once again, we're still doing great. We're at 6,300 feet. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to get us over these mountains. So, I'm going to play it safe. We're going to boost it up to 8,500, and I'm hoping that might be enough. This flight should not have to take this long. I mean, yes, it is 80 nautical miles. And we are certainly not in a direct approach. But thank goodness the weather seems smooth as silk with us right now, which is really excellent. I would love to be able to see what our...
Stall. Stall.
Oh dear.
Stall. 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 Stall.
No.
Stall. 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 Stall.
No.
Stall.
No.
Stall. Stall.
No.
Stall. Stall.
No.
Stall.
Don't you do it.
Stall. Stall.
Don't you do it.
Stall. Stall.
I know what you're trying to do. Don't do it.
Stall. Stall.
Don't do it.
Stall. Stall.
Come on, girl.
Stall. Stall.
Get your nose down.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
You're good.
Stall. Stall.
Just get your nose down.
Stall. Stall.
You're okay.
Stall.
You're all right. You're all right.
Stall. 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 Stall.
No, keep turning away from the mountain just in case.
Stall. Stall.
Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
Stall. Stall.
Don't overdo it. I know you're falling.
Stall. Stall.
Hang in there, girl.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Oh, boy.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Okay, we're gonna fall out of the sky now if I don't do something. Alright. Autopilot off.
Stall. Stall.
Nope.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Captain, our remote monitoring tools are detecting a toxic leak due to the abnormal pressure change. Land immediately.
No problem. Where's our nearest airport?
Please be advised, our systems are showing your FPM has increased beyond the allowed rate.
Hello, David Layton. Thanks for the follow.
Please be advised, our systems are showing your FPM has increased beyond the allowed rate.
Yeah, because we crashed. So now I gotta crash before all the poison gets in my airplane. What a beautiful crash at that. No idea why. Unfortunately, I'm nowhere near an airport. Stevensville is the closest one, and it's not an IFR. I did not mean to take on another hazardous flight. Ridiculous. I did not want to do that. Alright, sorry guys. We're gonna sim rate this to get us over to this airport. Way I can get on the ground. It's a failed mission, so
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022, contact Salt Lake Center on 119.75. Good day.
good day.
119.75 for Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
Shucks. What a mess. What a mess. I mean, I guess I must have hit... What would even cause me to lose so much speed? I mean, yes, I was along the ridge line. But man, we were way above that ridge line. And we hadn't changed any of our airspeed, so I'm assuming it was a mixture issue. That's my assumption, is we had a mixture issue. But then when I tried to mix it out, because we were at 6,000-ish, and around 6,000, 7,000 in Montana, that's when you really want to start leaning out your fuel mixture. But as I leaned it out, we didn't gain back any speed. And my nose might have been, at that point, up too high, and we were doing more of an alpha. So I'm assuming that was my problem at this point. Wow, what a shame. I'm hoping that NeoFly doesn't consider the crash damage, because I certainly can't have this plane out down for the count needing repair, like $100,000 of repair that I simply can't afford. The nice thing is this game is very punishing. And I don't mean game, I mean NeoFly itself is very punishing for mistakes. So it's a benefit and a curse, for sure. You choose to do something stupid, and you get to carry the weight of your mistakes in each of these flights. Which I want to play Flight Simulator for that exact purpose. I want to do this correctly, because just like you get in your car every day, you can't be stupid in your car, and because your car's going to get dented and you like your car. Well, same thing happens with an airplane. You can't do the same thing. All right, we're coming in way too fast. Oh, dear.
Stall.
Oh, we're going to make it. We're going to make it.
Stall.
Ah, not quite.
Well
but-
done! You managed to save the plane and some of the cargo. And your life.
Yeah, good. And it's an emergency situation. I'm looking for every excuse not to go to... just yank back on my...
Unloading hazardous cargo. Please stand by until my colleague tells me everything's okay.
Oh, everything's not okay, but that's all right. Okay, let's have a look, see what we got going on here. So we'll pull up our right screen. We were able to land in Stevensville, which is halfway between... Well, maybe... No, we were way far away from where we were going to go. KBZN is where we were going to go. Let's look at NeoFly and see if we have anything going on here. $89,571 in our pockets right now. We're going to see what happens once they say everything's unloaded here, which they should do here in a half a second.
Amazing. That was a stressful job to take on. But you smashed it out the park.
I crashed the plane. That's what I actually did. So what I don't understand is the plane's in perfect condition.
You are clear to start your engine.
So I'm not entirely sure why the plane's in perfect condition after the wrecks and everything that we've done. Maybe it's because it's our first plane under the new management situation. Maybe it's just the plane that won't get damaged. I don't know, but I'm very thankful for it. I'm interested possibly in doing the insurance just to play it safe. You really want to insure your aircraft? I'm going to say yes. Because at this point, I'm doing a great job. You can sell your aircraft for $38,000. A Cessna 172, you can sell it for $38,000. That's stupid. What else do we have available? There is a G1000 Cargo. I think that was the one I was flying. There's a 208B, which I would love to get, but we don't have those licenses yet. Sure, would love the Thunderbolt, but yeah, that's not necessary. And the Vision Jet, my favorite jet. Complete seating at 32S for almost $3 million. Let's look at jobs in the area. So, unfortunately, I definitely don't want to take another one of those stupid biohazard jobs. Not interested. But in saying that, let's see if there's anything else. Anything else for K... Oh, interesting. It says we're at 32S. Are we at 32S? 32S is where we were? Okay. So KMSO, KHLN, KMSO. So that's going back. All right, KBZN. What job is this? Oh, 742 pounds. We can't carry that much. Anything else? KLWS. 350 pounds of coffee to Lewiston. Okay. KMSO. KCOE. Now, technically, well, that's only 10. I would like to do jobs that have these 20 or 60. 60 is the poison stuff, so 25. What is this? Bring 626 pounds, bring 548. We could do this one. To KMSO, fuel to Missoula. KMSO, land under 200 feet per minute. That wouldn't be a bad one. I'm just really angry with the mountains, because that is what we had to do. KHLN is 86 nautical miles away. But, no, you only get 10 XP out of it, and we're trying to work on our first officer ranking. So we're second officer right now. First officer was going to get us a lot more options. Now, the only other thing I want to check on... Two things. I would like to fly in the day. Flying at night is fine, but I'm getting a little tired of that. ILS means we can land at any airport with ILS approach, and we can make sure we only take jobs with ILS, so that's fine. But, which is nice to say. It's nice to know that I can actually pull that off. But if we look at jobs in... Oh. DHC-2 Beaver. No, I don't think I want to do that one. But it is an A rating. It's only 125, and it's at this airport. Is it at this airport? We're not at S34. No, distance test center 67. So no, there's nothing here. If there was something to test for here, then I would consider taking the test, but no. So no check engine right for that. Yeah, we're at 32S. So let's do... I'm leaning towards KMSO to take 548 pounds of fuel to Missoula, even though that's literally going back where we came, which I really don't want to do. KLWS, 626, KMSO. Advertising KMSO, KMSO, tons of KMSO. So if I am going to KMSO, then why not take a job that has more experience points? 403 pounds of fruit to Missoula. 572, can't do that one. 225 pounds, 3,000. So let's do our rewards. Highest rewards, and let's see if what KMSO is. Okay, nope. Not doing that one. I've already done too many of those. Now, KCOE. Where's KCOE? Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. That's a long distance to KCOE. How long a flight is that? 136. But we don't have to worry about bringing one passenger to Coeur d'Alene. I was wanting to go to Coeur d'Alene, actually. Do we have 2 passengers? Maybe we could do this. Let's take this one.
Greetings from the tower. We have a number of passengers that need assistance to board. Please confirm you are ready to receive them.
Okay, where's KCOE? There was another...
Transporter, boarding has started.
All right, we got 2 people to KCOE. Double jobs. Now, that's great. I don't know, that might, but it'll be a good money. It won't be a good. Yeah, we're only going to get. We're only going to get minimum stuff, but so 20 XP, but the money is good. $12,000 for this job. That's good. I support that entirely, and there's enough runway to take off, I think, in my opinion. So let's go ahead
Good day,
and start
pilot.
boarding.
We have a lot of excited passengers ready to board today.
Yeah, me
Let
too.
me know when you are ready for them.
Okay, let's go ahead and do tabs. And
Pilot from dispatch. Boarding passenger. Please stand by.
all right, so we need to put in. Oh wow, we're only 4 pounds over. So let's go ahead and do this, and we're gonna take away 4 pounds. Because why not? Load. Load. We're missing 1 pound, so we need to put 1 pound in. So we'll go 111. I need to change our... Oh, I need to change our weather. So let me do that
Ready
really
for
quick.
engine start.
I wish we could just do that here instead of having to exit out. Settings. Just curious. General... Assistance, controls, accessibility. One of these days I'm going to try VR. I haven't tried VR in this game yet, but I find that my VR goggles aren't the best for connecting to the computer. So let me end Flight Simulator, and we're going to take off from... We are at 32S, so we're going to say 32S. Stevensville, and we're gonna fly to KCOE. Okay, and depending on how smooth this goes, we may also do ourselves a little favor. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Good enough. There, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Okay, flight conditions. I'm just gonna go as it is. And
Hello,
it'll be
pilot.
smooth.
Let's see what's on the books for you today.
Okay, so we're going to be doing good here, and we're going to get our...
Pilot from dispatch. Please stand by.
Colton Green and Kinsley Good are flying with us today, age 47 and 21. Okay. So let's go ahead and be ready to fly.
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022. Taking off runway tree 0. West
Okay,
departure.
let me go ahead also and...
Tree 2 Sierra.
Unfortunately, we have to kind of redo this, but it's not going to be too long here. So we have 400... actually, we can do this.
You are
141.
clear to start your engine.
So 141 is one of our passengers. The other passenger is
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
148. Okay, so let's go ahead and load our aircraft with them, and then we'll see our difference of 122 pounds. That's going to be cargo. So we're going to do 50 We'll do 100 pounds here and 22 pounds here, and we'll see how much we level out. Okay, load aircraft. All right, we have done checks and balances. We are even with 26% MAC. Our fuel should be good. Look at that. We actually have to get over those mountains. That stinks. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem for my little bird here. Our fuel is a little low, but I, as much as I hate to say it, I can fuel it up as we fly. I know that's sad, but it's true. So I'm not going to worry about that at this moment. That's kind of the least of my worries. So now KCOE is where we're going to go. So let's go ahead and do some programming here before we take off. So we're going to start with KCOE. That's all in there. So that's good. We're going to go ahead and say, set it all through. Now let's also take a look at our right screen. Minimize, and we're going to go and do a search. I don't know how we do a search here. Where's KCOE? So I think Coeur d'Alene is over this way by a good margin. It says Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. Here's where we're going to be going. ILS runway of 110.7. 110.7. So let's go ahead and do nav 1, CDI, and to localizer 1 of 110.7. Set. Okay, and then for nav 2, as we look again, Coeur d'Alene, we have something here that says 108 COE, which is 108.8. So let's go to localizer 2. And I haven't really learned how to use localizer 2 yet, but we're getting there. 108.8. 108.8 for nav 2. Set. COE, so it's reading it. So hopefully we'll be able to just work off of this to start and get us in the ballpark. I don't know. We're going to find out. This is going to be a crazy flight, unfortunately. Okay, so flaps all the way up. Mixture in, prop in. Flaps down 10 degrees. As we prepare for takeoff, let's go back to our flight simulator. Let's get our keyboard put in case I have to make a serious, crazy turn. Check our trims. Parking brake off. Parking brake off. Are we not in flight simulator? There we go. Parking brake off. Now we are good. Alright. Get on my rudder here a little bit. Check my trims. Keep the nose trimmed down. I like to do it with the trim just because it's smoother. Okay. No taking off yet. No taking off yet. Not until I say so. Alright, rotate out.
Stall. Stall.
And we're good. Flaps
Pilot
up.
from dispatch. Fly safe.
Will do.
Stall.
Alright, looks like we've got a crosswind from the right. For now, I'm just going to add a little bit of right aileron to assist
Stall.
with that.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Okay. I haven't set up autopilot yet, but we will in a moment. Alright, let's go ahead and start with turning that on. Our altimeter is coming on, and we're going to go ahead and probably need to make some pretty major adjustments
Salt
here.
Lake Center, Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022 is type Cessna Skyhawk, 2 miles northwest of Tree 2 Sierra, 3900. Request flight following.
Legacy Air India, Mike Sierra 8022, Salt Lake Center,
Stall.
10501.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Squawk 0501. Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022
there's not a good reason for this at the moment.
Radar contact 2 miles northwest of Tree 2 Sierra, 4100. Altimeter 29902.
Our plane is not enjoying
Roger.
flying up.
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
Alright, let's try this again. Do 200 feet per second. Or 200 feet per minute. Alright. Looks like we might be dealing with some wind. And we will certainly have a challenge of getting over top that mountain as we keep climbing here, and we're barely climbing, sadly. So let's try and go up another, I think we're at 300 feet per minute at the moment. There's 400 feet per minute. Basically, the Y in this is...
Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 802.
Good thing I have the co-pilot doing that so I can focus on this.
124.9er for Legacy Air India Mike Sierra 8022.
All we can do is make long circles as we keep climbing at the moment, which really stinks, but that's the reality of the scenario. Let's go 500 feet per minute as we keep this up. Really watch that speed. $600. Flaps are up, right? Yep, flaps are up. So right now we're doing 86 knots, which is pretty reasonable, while climbing at 700 feet per second. So we're getting some air. Just got a long way to go. I'm not even sure if 8,000 feet is going to be enough. But let's see. We're still climbing even though we're banking pretty seriously. I'm going to go ahead and turn off those gates. Here we go again.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Critical speed
Stall.
off.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Get the nose forward. Get our airspeed back. And then we'll compensate. Right now, vertical speed is off. Altitude hold is off. So everything we're doing now is just to try and regain control of our plane.
Stall. Stall.
Now we're bouncing, which is confusing to me because it's still trying to take us up. So the autopilot, in some way, is still trying to make our nose climb.
Stall. Stall.
So I'm going to turn off autopilot entirely
Stall.
so that I can regain control, because I am not sure. Pitch correction, I think, is what's going on, which might be the flight level control. And if that's the case, then that might be more what we're dealing with right now. So let's see about flight level control. If we do autopilot back on, flight level control on, and we tell that we want to do 86 knots. I'm hoping that means we climb, but I really don't know. I haven't gotten to do flight level control and really learn what it is. I understand that it has to do with the more your throttle is, the faster you're going to climb. I think it's basically a climbing option. How that works, I'm not entirely sure. Right now it says 86 knots, so what if we do 84 knots? The nose is pitching up even a bit more. So I'm assuming if we do 84 knots, locked in, we're climbing at 450 feet per minute. So at the moment, it seems to be doing something. We'll go ahead and turn our heading back on. And we're going to turn our heading right now just to whatever so we can continue our climb. At the moment, nothing's complaining. So maybe we just learned accidentally how to do our flight level control. Who knows? Get a nice straightaway here so we can keep climbing. Looks like we're climbing at a little over 5 degrees or 430 feet, which is good. Can't expect too much from this little airplane. But, not gonna lie, she's doing pretty good. These boxes look a little beat up. It's supposed to be passengers. So I guess I didn't grab the right airplane from the livery. That's alright though. I don't think we're gonna get docked for that, I'm not sure. Payload matching, payload realism, XP granted at the end of the flight. So, unfortunately, that is marking... Oh, yeah. Ah, let's look at our other screen here, take a look. So, right now, our passengers, Colton Green and Kinsley Good, they are right now completely freaked out, beyond all recognition, scared. You can ask the FA to do security tests. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do, because we don't have an FA. So yeah, not much I can do. And their general satisfaction is falling pretty severely. So there's not much we can do, unfortunately. And we haven't even begun the flight yet because we're just too busy trying to climb out of where we are so that we can actually go. So let's go ahead and go back into our screen because we are nearing 8,000 feet as we speak. I still don't think that's high enough. So let's go 9.5. And also turn around and see what we're looking at for the mountains ahead of us and see if we're high enough to climb them yet or get over them. And frankly, we should have some pretty good distance above them too, because the last thing I want is the wind to suck us in and we get in trouble, which is usually what happens to me, and I would rather not have that happen again. I still don't think we're high enough, so we're going to go 10.5. And there might be a way to check on my map on how tall these mountains are. Waypoint DM Fox. It doesn't say how high up it is, though. Yeah. Now, there might be an option. Turn this heading this way a bit. We go that way. think that's what we're gonna do. I think our plan is to head that direction. A low spot in the mountains there, and we can start making our way that way. We got 131 nautical miles. I will be using flight sim rate to do this, but at the same time, I'm also going to be doing some research. Trying to turn on a few things to see if we can get any extra information about how tall the mountains are and what our options are. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I'm looking. Map projection, map outdoors, US IFR area high charts. That's just showing the wind, which is cool, but not what we're looking for. Huh, that must be the vectors. Let's see here. And frankly, I don't know what our normal flight maps. I don't know what our usual maps are that we usually use, so I'm trying to work my way through those maps right now. So if I come here and I look here, I don't know what our normal map is. Is it part 2 position? So part 2 could mean cartography, but it's not showing very much to me. I mean, we still see the runways, we still see all the basic information that we would need, but I don't know which one of these is requires additional information. So, map box light. Well, it looks like we're going to definitely make it over these mountains okay now, but outdoors map box satellite. Let's see what satellite is. Not gonna lie, this little plane is way better than my 152, because the 152, it would just putz out and stop flying for no reason. And I hated it for that reason. It flew great, and then it would just stop flying. Usually because it was too cold. You turn on the carb heat, and that helped a lot, but is there a carb heat here? I mean, yes, there is a pilot heat, but I don't think there's a carb heat, is there? I don't see any kind of carb heat. Static air, alternate air, throttle push, mixture, lean, which right now, if we go to our engine and lean systems, we're doing 11.4. I've gotten a little better. I've gotten like 9 out of this in the past. So if we pull it back just a touch, there's 11, 10, 9. We are at 9,000 feet, so now would be the time to lean it. Boy, I'm leaning it way out. I feel like I might have heard something just now. Yeah, we're fuel flow 10, so that's reasonable to me for now. And we're still sitting at 84 knots. I actually would like to see that go a little faster. Oh, look at that. Okay. So let's try and push for 90 and see what happens to our airspeed now. Because we're not doing vertical speed, we're only doing flight level change. Wow, it's actually speeding up. Interesting. Okay, I might like this flight level change stuff. Alright, back on our maps here for a brief second, because I really would love to see our original maps. What is the original? Stadia? Let's see what Stadia is. Actually, Atlas Offline. Oh, that might be ours. No, that might not be ours. I don't know. So Atlas Offline, what other ones do we have here? Plane map. And we also have political map. Oh, I see. Political map and lines of what country is which. I'm like, what on earth are you talking about, political map? Like, am I going to see red states and blue states? My gosh. All right, so let's see. VFR terminal charts. Can't say I understand why the colors are changing so drastically. Okay, Thunder Forest, Atlas, Landscape, Stadia, Open Topo map. Topographical map? Oh. That's cool. That's very telling. So we're here. We got to go all the way to Coeur d'Alene. Like I said, we will be doing some of this in SLU or sim rate. I'm just not done yet because I want to really lock in on all this stuff first and make sure I'm understanding what I'm looking at here. Okay, definitely like the topo map. It's a little loud. Let's see what this one is. This one's supposedly a topographical version too. None of these are actually stating heights of the mountains though, which I'm noticing. Huh? I think we're still loading. What is this map? This is the Map Tiler Topo. Oh, requires registration. Okay, never mind. Any other topographical maps? Open topo map. So that's probably the one we're going to stick with now. Outside of the Atlas, which I think is our original. Huh, MLP. They actually have a vector up here. That's cool. Okay, I think we're ready to start doing our sim rate and see what we get. 118 nautical miles out. Let's check our fuel. Fuel is good. We're at 9.8, so we're doing good on fuel ratio. Our height seems pretty reasonable at 10.5. We still have a little bit more to get there, but I like that we're holding 90 knots. So I don't really feel like I need to complain about that. If we are concerned about anything, maybe that ridge over there, but outside of that, everything seems positive. So at this point, I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and switch to our navigation mode on for GPS. So we're going to go ahead and enter in to our direct to runway 6, Coeur d'Alene, send that in, and the plane will begin to get us in progress for that flight. And I think once we're locked in here, then we'll go ahead and start doing sim rate. Just make sure that everything seems happy. All right, here we go. Sim rate 2, 3, 4. And out of curiosity, 5. Oh, there's a 5. 6. There might be a 6, but that seemed jumpy. 7. Oh, how about if I hold it down? Whoa, okay. I didn't realize that there was like a super fast forward. That's pretty cool. So how much is that fast forward? So let's push it down and watch and see what happens. Oh, we're glitching crazy. Wow, we're glitching really intensively. Okay. All right. Well, we're definitely freaking out our passengers by now. So, let me go ahead and calm this down here a minute so the plane can catch up with us. All right, we're real time again. That right there took us from 118 nautical miles to 93. All right, let's just do this. We're going to go 4 for now and just see if the plane gets crazy with the 4. I mean, our speed's looking really good at 97. We're sitting right at 10.5. Our fuel flow is looking great. Our gas is looking good. Yeah, we're bouncing around as we come over the mountaintops, but we're doing just fine. We are at 70 now. Making pretty good progress on our map. If we pull that up here, you can see our plane's moving very steadily. Super quickly. So, total cheating, but, you know, I have no comment. I want bigger planes, and, wow, we're rocking. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off the rocking now. Come on. There we go. So we're double speed right now. We are 63 nautical miles out, so let's try for 3 instead of 4. Okay. Still doing real good. KCOE 108.8 is what we have set. So we are locked in there. Once our navigation touches that, we should be good. Right now, what I would love to do is I would love to learn how to understand Nav2 a little better. So Nav2, VOR2 right here, is supposed to tell us... Huh. I wonder if that's telling us which way the runway is. That's interesting. And then if I was to do OBS, now I'm not sure how that's supposed to work with the OBS system, because that's basically supposed to turn it into a radial search, but I don't know how that's supposed to work. So the GPS is doing its job, so I don't want to overthink what the GPS is doing at this moment, even though it probably isn't. There we go. Let's go ahead and reactivate our search here. That way, there we are. There we are. Plane doesn't lose track of what it's doing. When you switch your nav systems, I think it turns it off and needs to be reactivated. So, in a little bit here, in actually just a few minutes, because we're 35 nautical miles out, we're actually getting real close, we'll begin our procedure into landing at KCOE. And as we get in here, we're going to hit the ILS. But we're going to have to make our rounds to get there. But we're coming right up on it. So actually, I think we're going to go ahead and swap to our heading mode here. And I'm going to start directing us away from the airport so that it will be easier to line up with the runway when we get there. So that was a bit too much. We are still in either double or triple the sim rate right now. Because we certainly have a long way to come down from our height right now. Now, I do think we're pretty safe to begin dropping our altitude. So I'm just going to set this to 550. And let's try this flight level control. We're setting it to 99. Nothing's happening. Okay, let's see what happens if we do 105. Okay, so the only way we're going to come down from here is if we slow down. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I love that. So by throttling down, it's dropping us down to the 6,500 that I have. Okay, flight level control's pretty cool. I'm getting there. I'm starting to understand this science. Okay, we're going to go ahead and switch over to localizer 1. Right now, heading is still on. Navigation is still on. We're going to turn on approach mode now, because once we lock into the localizer, we will be good. Coming down to 6,500 at this moment. I'm going to begin our turn to head towards the airport here. In a second, we're going to also turn off our sim rate, because we are still cranking pretty quickly here. All right, we are an we're at a speed hold now. We're also a little lower, so I'm going to go ahead and add more to our RPM prop mix, so that we are sitting at 9.4. Okay, we have a caution. What is our caution? We're low on fuel, so let's go ahead and get ourselves in real time. And let's go ahead also and pull up our tab. In our tab now, we're going to go to our aircraft, flight performance, mass and balance. We're going to go fuel, and we're just going to top it up here a little bit. I hate to do it that way, but that's what we're doing. Load immediately, just to make sure that we don't have any issues. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start swinging in for our localizer. Approach is on, so once we connect to that localizer, then we will begin our approach in. There is no G slope or no glide slope set yet.
71, contact Seattle Center on 123.905. Good day.
We are at 6,500 feet.
Going to 123.905. Alaska tree 71.
Alright, out of laziness, I'm going to sim rate times 3, 4. Hate when the plane starts to porpoise, but we're okay. Alright. Alright. And we're back to normal. As we get ready to lock into this localizer, hopefully. It doesn't look correct. 110.7. Let's go ahead and turn a little bit. I want to see how far away we can get away with getting on this localizer or not. So let me go ahead and sim rate 2. I'm going to make sure our approach is on. And we're just going to keep the sim rate up, because it should still connect and still pull in just fine even with the sim rate up. Yeah, our GPS versus our map is not lining up right. I'm not entirely sure why that is. As soon as I see that localizer start to move towards us, I'll go ahead and turn off sim rate, so we can see what happens. I'm hoping that it connects from all the way out here, but I'm not sure. Probably about another 45 seconds. We're also not facing the runway, so very curious. Something I wanted to test earlier that oh, here we go. Localizer connected. Beautiful. Once again, though, no glide slope is attached to it, so that's an important thing to note. So, with no glide slope connected, we're going to have to make our own decisions on the glide slope. We are running our approach button on, but with no choice of what we're doing there. Flight level is off. Approach button is on, but without the glide slope, I'm very curious if the plane will compensate or not for the height. So right now I do not see the runway. Maybe over there. I don't see it. Maybe it's over the peak. Possibly there. Unless it's below us. If it's that far below, we're quite a ways up, and I might... Oh dear. I would like to get the nose down for half a second just to make sure. That looks like an airport right there. But I don't see a runway there. Okay, we need to get down. Looks like it's not considering an approach. It's just holding us at 6,500, so we need to control that. So let's go ahead and bring it down to 3,500. Yeah, 3,500. And we're going to go ahead and push the nose down. Or are we still doing FLC? We're not doing FLC. We're not dropping. Approach mode is on, so VLC is on, or VC is on. And we're going to go ahead and start our approach. We still got a ways to go, actually, so whatever this is right here, it's way past that. Whoa, way up there. Maybe that's it? That's probably it. That's way up there, though. We got a ways to go. In a good way, I guess. 3,500. I'm not sure what our ground is here. So, looking at Coeur d'Alene, ILS Cat 1 with grounds. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. So let's go ahead and hit my approach button. We're going to turn off that so the approach does its own thing. At this moment, I kind of want to sit at the 6,000, so let's go ahead and bring this back up to 6,500. Let's go ahead and 6,000. There we go, and we're just going to say hold at 6,000. It is correcting. We have not hit glide slope yet, but we are good, so good does say that. Let's see, ILS heading 56, width 4.74, ILS glide slope 3 degrees. My curiosity is, what is our airport's procedures in lines of approach localizer, VOR, I'm looking for really basic information here that I'm not seeing, so I'm an idiot. Like, I'm looking for, okay, how...
1316, maintain present altitude.
Like, what's the... Okay, here we go. 2,291 feet, L 7,000.
Air Canada, 1316.
So I think it's 2,291 feet. What I would like to see is our other stuff. So let's do this. See, no Spokane approach. So let's do this instead. Let's close this. We're looking for KCOE. What about nav aids? Okay, elevation 2,293 feet. So we are sitting at 6,000. We're waiting for the glide slope. We will be over 3,000. That's all we need to worry about there. ILS is already done.
Air Canada, 1316, contact.
So next up, I need to deal with runways. No, I don't care. Corn? Comms. And then Unicom flight approach, flight service station, approach control.
123.9 fight for Air Canada, 1316.
I was just curious what the ATIS is. there doesn't seem to be an ATIS. How is there not an ATIS for this airport? What am I not understanding? I'm not understanding something. Alright, well, we do have weather, so it's VFR, wind 96 m, 3 knots, temperature 7C or 45 Fahrenheit. Pressure 30.30, that's what I was looking for. So, barometer, and we're going to go 30.03. Oh no, 30.30. 30.30. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I just messed up our course setting. So let's go to Nav Aids or Nav AIDS. Nav Aids. Yeah, Nav Aids. ILS 56. There we go. 56. All right, we're coming up on our glide slope. Go ahead and start throttling back a little bit here so we can get ready for our flaps. Glide slope is now intercepted. It's amazing when what fun is in Flight Simulator is having to touch all of this as little as possible. That's ridiculous, but it's true because, I mean, in my opinion, it means you're learning something, you're improving, you're making yourself better, and you're understanding technologies and sciences and flight capability more. But all the same, I'm sitting here going, this is so much fun, and what fun is literally watching your plane successfully reach its end goal. That's what success. That's what the fun is. You would think it would be hand flying your plane, but at this moment in time, the one thing I don't want to do is hand fly my plane. I don't know. That's weird, but it's working. I love that I figured out ILS. I figured out approaches. I figured out glide slopes. The one thing I haven't figured out is ILS VORs with radials and how to connect to those with the OBS system, but I'll figure it out. Next thing we also need to learn is identifiers, also flight patterns. I'm very curious if we can tell our GPS or more importantly our nav unit to follow a holding pattern around an airport. I haven't gotten to that kind of training yet. But I'm flooding myself with all this information, and that's what makes this so much fun for me personally. So I'm enjoying this. I've been playing Flight Simulator since I was like 5, and I remember I remember Flight Simulator 5, Flight Simulator 97, something like that. I mean, like so many different flight simulators that my dad would pick up, so that we like had the latest and the greatest. And then I think I took over Flight Simulator 2000. Was there a 2000? And then I just picked up 2024. I've had 2020, and I thought that was the biggest and the best. And then we picked this one up. There are some major flaws in this one. Things have gotten cheaper, unfortunately, not in a good way. On the production side of things, on the programming and side of this, but there are definitely some blessings of it too. So it's a push comes to shove. Okay, we're definitely losing airspeed now, which I don't want to do, and we're trying to hold on to our glide slope here. So Let's try that again. 10 degrees of flaps. How lovely is this? Tapping flaps, and all I'm doing is messing with my throttle here. That's it. And this isn't cheating. This is real. This is what you should do. I mean, absolutely, 100% you should hand fly a plane and enjoy hand flying a plane. But the other side of that is, okay, all of this is important. If you want ILS, if you want instrument flight rating, IFRs, then you have to know all this stuff. You have to know all this stuff better than anything, because flying at night, flying in extreme weather conditions, this is what's going to get you home safe. Alright, we have a program button here on the yoke to release autopilot, so when we get close, we just smack that and we're going to be good to go. Really quickly, we are 10 degrees of flaps. I wouldn't mind 10 more degrees of flaps, just for giggles. Okay. That's going to get our speed down a little bit more. I would like to shoot around 60 for landing, so we're going to slow back even more. GPS is released. We are hand flying. Trims up, trim up, trim up. And a flare.
You greased that landing. Ace. Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
And this is going to end our flying for tonight here, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for flying on Legacy Air. My name is Tim Lee, and I am your pilot today. That was a very reasonable flight. Went very smooth, in my opinion. So we will get off the runway here. These days, I've been gaming the system as much as humanly possible and not taxiing to parking, and also not doing the radio. I've been having the AI co-pilot do all the radio stuff, just so I can focus on the flying. The ATC system is something in this that really needs some assistance. Like, they need to work on the bugs on this for sure. But that's the nature of the beast, so. Alright, I'm just gonna park myself right here. I don't want to damage any luggage by going into that dirt because I was going to go over to that parking lot, but we won't do that.
Transporter. Disembarkation in progress. Stand by.
044. Flight level tree 60.
Whoa.
United 2044, Seattle.
Alright, so that's all the way off. And usually you would shut this all down. This is what interests me, is why is this still on? When I have turned off all... Oh, that's why. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we're out. We're done.
Let's get out of here.
There's our bird. It's so nice to have a nicer plane than the 152, for Pete's sake. She flies great, and you gotta admit, Flight Simulator is so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, really quickly before we end, let's go ahead and check our NeoFly. Let's see what we got. We are at 104,966. Absolutely gorgeous. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Great news. Plane's in perfect condition. Shouldn't be. We've crashed way too many times. And just to see what we got here. KMSO, KPSC. But we're in Coeur d'Alene. I've never been to Coeur d'Alene in real life. That's a place I'd actually like to see because I know a lot of artist friends that I know in the industry that I'm in are in this area, in the Coeur d'Alene area. So I think it'd be very cool to go there one day. It's in Idaho, I believe. Let's see what they got here. Ooh, TBM 930 available for rent in the livery that I love. How much is this going to cost? $384,000 to rent, $2,460, but a payload weight of 1,463, 1,730 range. I mean, this thing is great. This is one of the dream planes right here for me, personally. That's one of the main ones that I definitely want. What else do we got here? Love the diamonds. Always up for getting a diamond. Don't need the Skywagon. I don't like tail draggers, especially after doing some flights in my Flight Simulator, and my tail dragger just continually just rocked off to the side of the airport. I personally think either I'm dealing with some issues with trims, with the rudder, and I haven't been able to fix that yet because I'm trying to do it through my yoke system, or I'm just dealing with super crazy winds that are just putting me in a ground effect of some sort. And I've flown them before, so there really isn't an excuse, but who knows. The other thing I want to start figuring out is how I can set up a secondary pilot. So here's our pilots. Berlin must be our newest pilot. He's at 32S right now. But the problem is, I can't seem to put him in my 152. S27, where's he at? He's at 32S. Choose qualification. Oh, I can train him in a different qualification. What is this? Your pilot can learn new certs. Move pilot to a new location. So I want to move him to the 152. $2,000? I'm up for it. If we can get him in that plane, it's worth it. Alright, now he's at S27. So can I get him in the plane now? I sure can. Okay. So let's go and find a job for him. So here's jobs for the 152 out of S27, and he can fly to I'd like an easier flight for him just so I know he can handle it. KGPI, that's just a simple hop. What's the reason he can't fly? Not enough remaining cargo capacity in the 152? Oh, wait a minute, what's this? The aircraft pilot has no valid job. AI pilot cannot fly DZ secret PAX job. AI pilot is at job destination, no job starting at the plane location. So S27. Yeah, here's some jobs that he can do. They're just super long. Oh. Oh, he can't do delivery. He can't do cargo. Well, here you go, KGPI. Let's put him in this. Job added. Okay. So, is he good? Now what is he going to do? What do I do with him now? I mean, like, what's the next step? Oh, the plane's in terrible condition, though. Alright, we're going to dump $5,000 into doing repair work to this plane. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do another $7,000. $8,000. Okay, that's going to give us $89,000. Okay. So what do we do about it now? What's this? Force pilot to land at the nearest airport. If checked, pilot will try to sell market goods. If checked, hired pilot will change jobs in aircraft list if enough fuel and health. Okay, that's fine. So maybe that's checked. Let's see here. Better at landing and maneuvering. Better long flight and endurance. Slower health loss. And he's as healthy as a horse. Okay. So what else? How do we see if he's flying? Okay. No flight attendants. Home base. We haven't set up a home base yet. And I can't say I'm ready to do one yet. And who's this? Hired managers. This manager can find more clients for your jobs. 200 a week. Oh, and he's hired? We already own him. I see. So what's this? View pilot market. So 172, that's for mine. What about for his? No cargo in this aircraft. No co-pilot, flight attendants, or anything of that nature. Okay, we're gonna drop 10 grand to get this plane up to 23%. He's $500 a day. That's great, but mission list, good. Bring this aircraft to pilot location. He's at his pilot location. He should be good. I mean, technically we should be seeing him taking off. Right? Create your airline. I like that one. Okay. Legacy Air. Airline panel. Here you start up your very own airline. You'll need to choose a name, company logo, and an airport to base yourself. Once you have chosen the airport, you can rent a hub there. The cost varies depending on size and class of the airport. Once your hub is open, you can create your own jobs to destinations of your choice. If your hub has stock purchased from the markets, your jobs will become deluxe jobs and rewards will be greater. You can rent multiple hubs These will be shown at the top of the panel. If you have a manager, you can assign them here. Okay, well, we do have a manager. So, hub information, you must select an airport to rent as an FBO. I would lean towards utilizing Great Falls International because it's my home base, but it's not the best option for me, but it's the one that I personally KGTF, no, KGTF, here we are. Is it? Yep, Great Falls International. So that would be the hub that I would choose. Switch to online job management. Manage airline jobs online. From here you can share your airline jobs and get reward when someone completes it. Edit your airline name and logo. 200 a week. So how do I add my manager? Hub. Airline customer satisfaction 30%. $40,000 a week. Lines 25 Cat D. Runways 2. Longest 10,503. 30. Okay. Hub stock. Hub lines. KGTF. So this is the one I want. Hub information plus. Do you really want to rent this hub for $40,000 a week? No. No, no, no. I don't think I'm ready to take that step yet. My hired pilots, Berlin. Pilot logs. So I guess the question is he just going to do this flight on his own? Like, do I need to do anything or not? Campaigns. We just got the Cleopatra campaign, though I don't know how to set it up. Settings panel. Here you can change various settings, back up your career, and install any aircraft add-ons. The backup function will make a backup of your progress and place your NeoFly root folder. Fuel sync. When this is enabled, NeoFly will attempt to match your fuel level in NeoFly to MSFS. The feature doesn't work with all aircraft, so if you're having issues, please uncheck the option. That's where our problem is. If the aircraft add-ons column, you can select which aircraft you'd like to feature in your NeoFly career. Simply tick the ones. If you would like to unlive for your aircraft to be included. Okay. Changing the fuel sync setting will need to restart your flight. Yes.
Hello, pilot. Let's see what's on the books for you today.
Let's see. SimFocus helipads free. SimFocus helipads payware. SimFocus.
Start your engine.
Aerosoft. Offshore landmarks, North Sea. Audio. Michael, I'd like to hear this one. Voice line is a perk. You can get it from the store panel. Which, we did just get it. I like the girl's voice, but this guy comes with our, well, we paid for it. We should already have it. So, I'm not paying extra for him, because we already own him. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, well, I think we're kind of at the end of this. Installed OpenSky Client ID, OpenSky Secret, OpenSky. I don't know if we have OpenSky. I don't think we do. Alright, so Berlin, buddy, Hal, why aren't you flying? Pilot is already flying. Cool. So he's doing his mission. I hope. I would love to see where he is. Is it this one? Here's hoping this guy has a successful flight. I have no way to check, so... Alright. I feel good about that. Not sure if we should just leave this up so that he can do his flight. I mean, technically, it shouldn't take him too long to get there. We've dumped a lot of money into his airplane. Okay, that's going to do it, I guess, guys. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all richly, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time right here on Legacy Gaming Studio. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Very successful, too. I'm very, very pleased with how much we have accomplished in today's flight, so I will look forward to more of it. And you know what? It will be my goal to also play some other games, but right now this is the what I love to call hyper-focus. It's an ADHD term that many people use, but I certainly deal with it. Being very hyper-focused on things that I enjoy doing, and this is it right now. So until next time, God bless you, keep it crispy, and we'll see you next time here on Legacy Gaming Studio. God bless.